All right, well, welcome back. This is episode 2, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
Doing it
Hello.
again.
Episode 2, JennabeLance podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Well, I just got tongue surgery yesterday, so...
Oh, yeah, true. I was actually doing that to, mess with you. And, because I
Put me on the spot?
Oh, yeah, I wanted to put you on the spot.
This is why I have to have the topics prepared. So then when you put me on the spot, then I have an answer.
I see. Well, honestly, you did well, though.
I know. I did a great job. Overcoming autism. Heck yeah.
You know, overcoming is one word.
I'm not autistic anymore.
You're right here first. We're the only ones who've cured autism, I guess.
First ones in history.
Yeah.
We'll sell a course for curing autism.
Oh yeah, well that's another thing we talk about, I guess, later is everyone's selling courses.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the tongue thing first, right? So you got tongue surgery. What does that mean?
Yeah, so I recently found out that I have a posterior tongue tie. So a lot of people probably hear tongue tie and they think of the thing that babies have where you can literally see the tie at the tip of their tongue. Normally that gets corrected when they're babies, but for me, mine was at the very back of my tongue, so it was a lot harder to see. So I only found out that I had it a couple of months ago, literally just because a random YouTuber that I watch posted a video and the title was autism, chronic pain, and tongue ties. And I was like, oh, that looks interesting. And I watched it and ended up finding out that I have a tongue tie. So I got it released yesterday, and the surgeon said that it was a pretty bad one. It released 2 to 3 centimeters.
1 second. Two to 3 centimeters. There you
go. But yeah, so now my tongue can actually sit at the top of my mouth, and I can actually swallow normally with my tongue, which is crazy. I don't have to use my neck muscles when I swallow, which is really crazy for me.
Yeah, I think that probably sounds strange to most people, is the idea that you have to use your neck muscles to swallow.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the thing that's not standard.
Yeah, because most people, and now I can do this too. Usually your tongue basically makes a little wave motion on the roof of your mouth, and your whole tongue kind of ends up on the roof of your mouth, and that's what pushes your food, your water down. But most of my tongue couldn't touch the roof of my mouth, so I just had to kind of move my head in a way and flex my neck muscles to make it go down. And I thought that was just normal because that's just, I was born like that. And then after I watched that tongue tie video
on character select, you just turn the difficulty all the way to the max.
Yeah.
Imagine living like that.
Yeah, imagine. I would never do that.
Well, no, I mean, but seriously though, for potential viewers, hopeful viewers, right? Imagine that you have to do that every day. And you said you had a low-grade headache, right?
Oh, yeah, all the time. And then in the last couple weeks, I started having migraines. And I didn't really know what a migraine was. I realized after I learned what a migraine was that I'd been having occasional migraines for a long time. But I pretty much just always had a low-grade headache, which for the past day and a half I haven't, and that's been really nice. And I've had some chronic neck, shoulder, and especially back pain. And my neck already is feeling better. My shoulders and my back will probably take a bit, but because your muscles in your neck are having to basically compensate for what your tongue isn't doing, for a lot of people it'll cause chronic pain in your neck, shoulders, and back.
Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. But one thing I think is interesting about that is this idea that knowledge kind of leads to other knowledge. So I had nothing to do with this revelation. You just kind of found that out on your own.
Yeah.
On a video, right? But you would not have known to pursue that had you not known you were autistic, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I did tell you to go get diagnosed because I was pretty sure you were autistic.
Yeah.
The hiccup noises, they're staying in.
Yeah, I know. And maybe...
Because if I go, and she's like, oh, that's not what I sound like at all. I'm like, right?
Shut up, that's literally not. That's not even accurate.
And then I'll go like, and then she'll be like, it's just a mess with her.
That's really not accurate. None of the 3 were accurate, but that one was the least
The second one was accurate.
No, it was not. We'll literally go back and compare the audio.
Okay.
After this.
I'll just be smiling the whole time. I went either way. I don't know.
Whatever. I hate you.
So everyone wants to sell courses. We were talking. You brought that up, right? We're gonna sell a course on how to cure autism, I guess.
Yeah.
But in seriousness, we're not selling courses on the channel.
Fuck selling courses. And can I say that? I should probably not say curse words.
Well, you should have thought of that before you said it.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to not do that in the future.
I don't think it matters though, because we're not really
monetized anyway.
Yeah, so I don't really see the point.
But if we do eventually get monetized, I should probably get in the habit of not saying bad words. You know what? Fuck it. I'll say bad words anyway. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah.
No, I think it can also make it so you're less likely to appear in SEO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so are we censoring this or what?
Well,
you're gonna have to censor.
Okay.
If we're doing it, I'm not censoring.
Okay, well it's up to you.
You're the one that did it.
I'll do it if you want me to.
No. That's not how we're doing this.
Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out after we finish filming.
Or are we just doing a retake now? Right?
I don't think we need to retake it.
Okay. We're just going.
Anyway, the courses. Yeah, we were talking about courses earlier today because everybody and their mom seems to have an online course on something that usually they don't even know anything about.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, fuck selling courses.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, because it is like really obnoxious.
It is.
And I don't know, like, I think the monetization in general is just completely messed up. Like, I just don't really understand, like, modern monetization for almost anything. It seems like none of it makes sense to me.
What do you mean? Modern, like...
Well, etc. is a good example. Actually, Modica, etc. It's like, well, and it's a gacha game, so you're doing the normal gacha game things, where it's really a Honkai Star Rail ripoff.
Yeah.
And then, so you're like buying the characters, and you're getting them stronger by getting them multiple times, I guess, or whatever. And then the actual game is just not the part that's good.
Yeah.
It's like the story is, and you don't need any of that for it. So
yeah.
Ultimately, a free-to-play player and a whale don't have a mega difference in experience of the game because the real game is just in the story.
Yeah.
Like, the monetization's weird.
Like, the actual gameplay is not fun, but the stories are great.
Yeah, so it's like that kind of thing. And then it leads to this incentive where, if you want more money, you have to follow the money. So they improve, by improve, I mean, they really just, it's quantity.
Yeah.
They make more characters, and really it's reskins of existing characters is really what's happening.
Yeah.
So, it's like, that's what's going to get the focus, and it's not going to be the story content, which is what I think the fans really want.
Yeah.
So like that, for example. Just the course thing in general, there's like pyramid schemes going on. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Well, I don't want to talk about...
Well, a person in real life.
Yeah, we won't say the person. But there is...
Of course you would.
Yeah. There is a person that I know in real life that... And to be fair, I haven't investigated this side hustle that they're doing.
It's always a side hustle.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, like, as someone who has an actual side hustle, I feel, like, appropriated. Like, what I do...
Okay, you're not being appropriated.
Yeah. What I do is a side hustle. this is not a side hustle. I mean, I guess technically you can call it one. But yeah, so this person basically like tells
I
everybody
think
that
you're
there's
gatekeeping right now. You're gatekeeping side hustles.
yeah, I'm the only person in the world that has a side hustle. Actually, you guys, sorry, you just don't got it like me.
Please be patient with her. She's autistic. I guess we really can't sell that course. We've clearly failed to cure you.
Oh, well, yeah. I guess we'll have to keep working on that one. But
Yeah.
anyway, they are like, I'll just say this is at my work. They're not going to watch this anyway. It's whatever.
Okay, you're like, are you nervous about this?
Yeah.
Okay, well then don't say it.
Okay.
Let's just like come up with a totally different person that's not at your work and then talk about that. It's like, what if a person was like, for example, I don't actually remember the company. Oh, is it like Health Live? No, it's not like that. But it's like some health food company where they sell powders and stuff like that. And I didn't know about it, but I just walk into the store one day and they're not allowed to like advertise, I guess, because they're supposed to be an MLM. So if you advertise the product clearly, it just like doesn't, it just goes against like the rules. It's just like really weird. So like you're just like a health food store and then you're selling the product and it has to all be word of mouth, but you're not supposed to have paper advertising. Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't. MLMs don't make sense. That's kind of part of the problem. Like it's hard to even explain to people because it's like,
I didn't know they're not supposed to have like paper advertising. Is that like a rule in like
I have to figure out what it is now. Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to Google this
You can
now
look.
because like it's what is it? It's some. I'm gonna go crazy. And now it's like normally I would just not care and like
I have
I can see what search engines you have. Search browsers.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean like I kind of forgot until recently that people are still doing this, and it's just kind of crazy to me. It's like you become part of this like pyramid scheme or whatever, and then suddenly you're like, oh yeah, like, you know, I've joined this small business and, you know, we're just selling like this really awesome health and wellness products and, you know, you should really get in on it.
I literally see the top search result is top MLM health and wellness companies 2026.
That's exactly what it's always health and wellness shit.
World? What in the world is happening? Oh my god. The world is so messed up.
For real. For real.
No, they sell Amway. Amway was absolutely
I feel like this is
Herbalife. It was Herbalife. Okay. I found it, everyone. Herbalife. That's what it was. I knew it started with an H and had some life or live in it. But Herbalife. I literally went into the store. He doesn't have Herbalife outside or anything like that. It's just like a health club.
Mm-hmm.
It's like so silly. And I was thinking it'd be like, oh, it's like a group of boys and they know the owner and then you buy the membership and it's like, but it's like tight knit and like you take care of each other and you're broke. No,
like
it's just MLM. Yeah, but like, you know, everyone's a friend or something.
Yeah. Like
because that kind of thing would be cool.
Yeah.
Where like the whole thing is like everyone who's there is just like friendly and helps everybody.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be cool. But I mean, I don't know if the world's ready for that right now. Like, I think we need to heal a bit before we're ready to
be friends with everybody.
You have places where that's the gimmick. Yeah.
Yeah. But what about this as a MLM? Like that you just go in and they're like, oh, here's
no, because well, I guess we should explain what an MLM is.
It's a multi-level marketing scheme, right?
Well, yeah, that's what the words mean. But what it means is like, let's say I go over there, this guy would sell me some amount of Herbalife product, and And then like he was saying, "Oh, try it," and he gives me a sample, and it's like, "Oh yeah, like burns fat." And I'm like,
okay,
I don't really feel much. It's just tea, right? Like I
yeah,
don't like placebo doesn't really do. It's not the same thing for me. Like I'm pretty perceptive with how I feel, so it really just didn't do anything to me.
yeah,
So I was like, okay. I mean, it was like awkward, but he wanted me to like buy big batch of product and then go sell it to other people,
yeah,
and then he gets some amount of money for all the sales I make.
yeah,
And then what I can do is I can buy a bunch of product and I can sell it to you, and then you can all float it to your suckers, and then we just keep going down the pyramid. Right?
yeah.
I mean, it's a form of a pyramid scheme.
I mean, you know what it feels like to me? It's like more than this, but it feels like just like drop shipping IRL to your like friends and family.
Yeah, it's also weird for what it does to like friends and family connections, where it's like like they want to support you and they love you, but then it's like you're doing this weird stuff. And
yeah,
you're just not. You just don't understand why it's bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, I don't know. I think that drop shipping online is bad enough. Whenever you're having to like go and experience this like from people that you know in real life and they're like, "Oh yeah, like I'm doing this business. You should buy these." It's always health and wellness products from me. It's just so weird. Like I don't want to have to deal with that in real life. I mean, this is just like we were talking about grifting earlier, and of course that's why we were talking about the courses. But the pyramid schemes are so annoying too.
Yeah, I think it kind of to me makes me think like why is just doing a job so difficult? And I think that it is. Like I quit my job literally today.
Yeah.
So
thank the Lord.
Maybe we should just make working not suck horribly.
That would be nice. Or
like,
maybe...
I understand it's supposed to be called work, but that doesn't really mean that it has to be like miserable.
Yeah.
I mean,
or like maybe I mean your work really was miserable. But like my work isn't even that miserable, but you know, nobody gets paid like
you like your work.
I love my job. But I
some people have all the luck, huh?
Do a lot for how much I get paid. Which
yeah, no, you do a lot of work. Well, but that's the thing. I think these things are connected. I think these things might be connected. You love your job, and then you do a lot at your job, and part of it is that you love it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay that you do a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're having fun.
But normally you would think that someone who's disqualified and knows how to do so many different things would get paid more.
Well, how much do you think you should get paid?
I mean, honestly, if you were comparing to someone in human medicine that does, like, all the things that I do, that would be, like, a pretty high salary job.
Like what?
Like, probably at least $50,000 a year.
Okay, well, compared to human medicine, okay, but like...
I know it's not the same.
Yeah, I don't really understand why that is even relevant. How many medical assistants get paid $50,000 a year?
Well, yeah, but I'm not just a medical assistant. Like, I literally monitor anesthesia. I literally work in surgery.
I guess I don't exactly know what a medical assistant would entail. But how much do you think you should get paid? Can you just answer that question without adding more to the hypothetical?
I think that ideally...
Ideally?
I mean, ideally, I'd get paid like $100 an hour or more.
I hate you.
But that is not realistic.
I'm telling you, I'm making this face because, like, I am a little frustrated, but I like it because I can never predict what you say. Conversations with you are completely unpredictable and chaotic, and I love it. I'm literally here for it. But it's like I'm sure people can understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why you have such a hard time answering this question.
Because I feel like I don't really know what exactly a fair wage would be. Like, I know there's a new hospital that's hiring like assistants for like close to $29 an hour. But
well,
it's an emergency
like you should
hospital.
Apply there.
It's an emergency hospital.
For people or animals?
For animals. But they do everything in front of the clients, which makes it like being with the clients is the part that really stresses me out.
Oh, because they're going to try to talk to you while doing the surgery.
While you're doing surgery.
Like the most impossible thing
for
ever.
An autistic person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, unfortunately, I'm,
How do you know about this?
Because everybody at work is talking about it, and some people are applying there.
Oh.
Because, I mean, it's like $10 more, or more than $10 more than what we make.
Yeah. They just opened?
Yeah.
Well, there's concerns like, maybe they can't actually operate like that. Like, they don't actually have the funds to keep that going. And it'll close. There's also concerns where it's like, well, sounds too good to be true, then it might be. Which, really ties back to the whole course thing. Sounds too good to be true. It probably is. There's really never one single thing that changes your life, right? Like, knowledge leads into other knowledge. Like, you're autistic, that helps a lot. We get better, we get to a better place. And then we add on like, I watched this video because I'm autistic, and then I find out about my tongue tie.
Yeah.
Okay, we do it again. And then we keep doing this, and then we build our lives up, and when we get to a spot in our lives where we're happy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take a course, usually. And I mean, usually courses are going to be a waste of time and money for the most part.
Yeah.
So many things we could go into from that. I mean,
I feel like one of the things with courses at this point is that, like, I feel like every few months the internet has, like, a new thing that's like, you'll find like videos on YouTube that's like easiest ways to make free money on the internet. And I feel like courses have been that for a while. Like, you'll have a guy who's like making a course on how to make a course so you can make money. And then like he's teaching you how to make a course on something that you don't even know how to do. And he's like, oh yeah, just ask.
They don't know how to do, right?
Yeah. Just ask ChatGPT to make an outline for you. And basically ChatGPT writes the whole course. And then you can just like read that off and make little videos. And then you've got people going to this course and being like, oh yeah. Like, I just recently saw a thing it was about this girl on TikTok who has this candy business where she basically puts little gummy bears and candies onto skewers to like, arrange them and make like candy arrangements. And she's making like candy kebabs. And supposedly she's making like a ton of money doing this.
No way.
But she's also
she's selling a course, right?
Yes, and she's selling a course on how to make a candy business. Whenever, like, if you look at her actual like Etsy or whatever, she has like hardly any reviews.
The gummies would get. Because think about it, guys. This is how I know she's not making any money. I don't need to see the Etsy reviews. This is how I know. Because the gummy bears would get sticky. Like, they would just not be like in a packaged in a way that would make sense for consumption.
Also, in the videos where she's putting them together, she's like not wearing gloves. She's just like putting her little hands all over them while she's putting them on the kebab, and like, I mean, that's probably also another way to make money.
When do you send a kebab, like put something through a stick, and then mail it to somebody else? When do you do this?
Apparently.
The only time I've ever seen kebab is usually when it's fresh. I have seen some kebabs that are like at the grocery store.
And
They're
it's
like pre-made
like,
kebabs.
yeah.
I've never seen a kebab come out of a box. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it's done, but the packaging, you'd have to be careful because you don't want to poke the shippers. That's an extra logistical hurdle there. And what have you really done? All you've done is rearrange gummy bears.
Yeah, and she's saying she'll do one and there's like 5 kebabs of gummy bears. She used like 1 or 2 bags of gummy bears. And she's like, yeah, this costs $60. And then she's making a course on how to make...
No.
Yeah, and then she's selling... And people are actually buying the course. She's sold the course. And it's like, do you guys not realize that this lady... She herself doesn't know how to do this for a living because she...
See, this is where my mind's going to, is that you've been fooled, because the actual scam is that she's actually not selling the course, and the outrage over her selling such a ridiculous course is like just clickbait.
Well, she definitely makes money off of rage bait because she is rage baiting people, like, for sure. I think the reason why she doesn't wear gloves in her videos is just so people will comment on the fact that she's not wearing gloves in her videos.
I don't really understand why. I would rather just fail than be known as an idiot and a clown.
Yeah, but a lot of people just don't care. They just want money. That's all they care about.
I don't get it.
Me either.
Because it's that kind of greedy mindset is just ruining the world. So, like, what world are you even living in with all that money? It's just world becomes a disgusting, depressing place that nobody wants to live in anyway.
Yeah.
What's the point of even having money? That really devalues money more than anything.
Just like the world sucking?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Because then nothing matters. You don't just ruin money, you ruin everything.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I don't know.
Selling courses. So yeah, we don't want to resell courses. We have merch. We have an Etsy shop.
Yeah.
At?
Is just Jennabe Jones art on Etsy. We'll actually put it in the description this time because I don't think we did last time. I think we forgot.
And you actually sell things. So like
Yeah.
you make things that people want, and then you have your sister's shop, which is tigerblooms.com. Shout out to Erica, right?
Yes, and we also have a physical shop in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, so shout out to Erica.
And I make cute little like earrings out of Shrinky Dinks, and I'm also an artist. Most of this on this wall is my art, except this is our beautiful tapestry in the middle.
And you didn't make that, but you did make a lot of fan art for Monica Magica.
Yeah. A lot of it's hiding behind your head, but I mean, I have some of my canvases on the wall. Oh yeah, all of these little ones.
Yeah, they can't really see it.
Yeah, they can't.
But yeah, take her word. It's very good.
But yeah, so my side hustle is an actual side hustle.
Well, yeah, and you made, I think, what, $1,000 for gym?
Yeah, that was my biggest month yet, and we did do like set up a booth for a Pride festival, which I made a lot at the Pride festival. But that was the first month that I started doing the Shrinky Dink earrings, and those have been doing super well. I could even show some of them on camera.
Why not?
Yeah, let me grab some. They're right here. Oh,
you're so stressed out.
Trying to get out of here is very difficult.
You know, I
did you notice that we're matching? I put on this shirt so that we would be matching.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Okay. I'll grab a couple pairs. Beep, beep, beep. Look, these are so cute. I'll obviously show my Monica home.
This is the most ethical and wholesome advertisement that you can find.
Oh, I wonder if it'll
on the
focus.
internet anymore.
Oh, well, maybe I'll put a picture of them in or something. But
oh, you will.
You
might as well put them down.
Yeah.
We're just gonna put. She's gonna put pictures.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
They're very cute.
I believe in her ability to do that in the future.
Yeah.
Like on the screen right now, I already know there's pictures showing.
Yeah. I will make them show.
And then there's like the little frog ones.
Yeah, I made frogs, and I made little lightning bugs, and snakes, and then there's one that's like a bear, and then there's a rainbow trout on the other ear.
Right.
And then I also made Miku ones. And I also made Monaco Homeroom ones where it's like they're soul gems, and those are really cute. So I have a lot of options.
Yes.
Yeah. But those are very fun.
You know, it'd be fun. 30 minutes in, let's change our lighting completely in the middle of the video. The ring light's on cold. What's it called? Not cool. It's cool
This
light,
is
right?
like
We can change it to a warm one. There we go.
Oh yeah. Now I'm orange.
Yeah, I'm like red and orange.
Is this better?
Yeah, because you're not like super white. I'm like super tan.
I don't look like I'm dying.
It's okay, guys. But so now
is this better?
I'm gonna get less tan. That's my mission. I don't want to be that tan.
Oh god.
I wanna get pasty and be a cave goblin.
Yeah, and then we can be matching again.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Is this better?
It wasn't supposed to be better or worse. It was supposed to be different.
Different. Okay, well,
I just think it's funny.
It is different.
Video.
Yeah.
Nobody else does that in their podcast.
True. You know what? We are revolutionary.
Yeah, I would say. This is it. We claimed to have cured autism and we're gonna sell courses, and then we admitted we were wrong.
Yeah, and then we said courses suck.
Yeah.
And you know what? People who sell courses suck too. This is a personal attack.
Well, hate the sin, not the sinner.
Yeah. Maybe they can be reformed, but they do need to be reformed. You should tell them about the PEA stuff. Like with your mom and everything.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of research. I made a video, a letter to my mom, who I had not spoken to in like 2 years. And then I had done a lot of research, and because when you're a guy who takes an Adderall and then goes to sleep 30 minutes later, you're pretty messed up and nobody knows what to say. So if you don't do the research, nobody will.
Yeah.
So I had to be the expert. I had no choice. For a lot of people, the world is kind of built around you, and that's awesome. I love that for you, but I don't have that luxury. So I have to be smart, okay? If I wasn't smart, I don't know where.
You would probably just be dead.
I'm like forced to be really smart, okay?
Yeah.
So, I was looking into it, and everybody knows about dopamine. Mm-hmm. That's the fun one. Epinephrine, people know from EpiPen.
Yeah.
Serotonin, people usually know about serotonin now because of SSRIs.
Yep.
Because anytime you get prescribed medication at the psychiatrist, they're just going to bounce you between 20 different SSRIs before they actually put you on something useful.
For real.
And then, but another one is tyramine, which is really interesting. This is actually the most interesting one of all of them because it's one I have not heard of before. And it's one that is actually heavily controlled by the U.S. government, specifically Florida. It's just banned in Florida, and like all of its isomers or whatever. The law is like very thorough in banning it, which technically, by the letter of the law, bans cheese and chocolate and red wine and all kinds of other stuff that they were far too ignorant to consider.
Yeah.
Down there.
Obviously, they're just going to enforce it selectively, but...
And there is actually a push. I looked it up, and in that video I showed it's really a Wikipedia page, but I did go to the articles, and it's just basically a scientific paper that talks about the content of biogenic amines, which tyramine is just one of them, and how it's unsafe in food. So there is a push to lower the amount of tyramine in foods.
Yeah.
Just in general across the United States. Now, I've heard the saying that every drug affects everybody differently. And it is reductive, but I certainly don't think that is not somewhat insightful. I think that it's true.
Yeah.
And, when you talk about like tyramine content in foods, I would say this is a really good example of how like every drug affects everybody differently. Some people are at risk of developing hypertension by consuming really high tyramine foods. This is like cheese, chocolate, Literally, there's something called the cheese reaction, where you will go on a MAOI, an MAOI inhibitor, and then you'll eat cheese, and then you will get severely high blood pressure, and it can be a crisis. That's like an emergency room visit.
Yeah, like you can
your life is in danger.
Yeah,
this is serious.
Death by cheese.
Or chocolate.
Yeah, or
literally death by chocolate. Yeah.
Oh my god.
If you're on a MAOI, you might actually die by chocolate.
Yeah.
And I mean, we kind of also observed. I mean, being an exceptional person, and literally, I mean that. Like, I am an exception. Okay, that's like not a good thing necessarily. I can kind of use myself as a guinea pig to test a lot of this, and so I'm like grumpy, and then I'll eat like just chocolate, like it was just cocoa powder and water.
Yeah.
No sugar. It was disgusting. It tasted awful.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I didn't feel better, though.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I put some extra cocoa powder in my chocolate milk.
Yeah, I ended up putting chocolate milk in instead because I couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
But just the water and cocoa, that actually did do something.
Yeah.
And the reason why I thought to do that is because I've been looking it up. And I think that some people kind of need it. You know, like my blood pressure kind of runs low. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I did all this research, like COMT, MAOA. Those are the two main ones I focused on. But these are chemicals in the brain. These are enzymes that your body produces. It's genetic. And what they do is they take up all these neurotransmitters in your brain, like the dopamine, serotonin, blah, blah, right? And they will clear out the amount of neurotransmitters for the proper functioning of the brain. And so, like, for example, MAOI, I describe it as stands for monoamine oxidase
inhibitor.
And there's two different kinds of monoamine oxidase because it's not complicated enough yet, right? So
yeah,
there's monoamine oxidase A and then monoamine oxidase B.
Yeah.
And then MAOI can affect either one of them or it can affect both. Did you get all that?
Yes.
You've been getting this though over
yeah,
time,
we've been talking about this like.
Well, I think people could probably figure that
out. Yeah. No, we just came up with this shit on the spot.
Yeah, we just made this all up.
Yeah.
We just came up with it. It's all fake. No, it's real. And then, but no, I'm like, in terms of how I'm explaining it, what have I missed? What am I not explaining?
Well, I think that it would be helpful if you explain, like, what the tyramine actually does in your brain.
Okay, we're not there yet.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I have gone over.
I think
everybody knows what everything that I've said is. Tyramine's a neurotransmitter. I'm not saying what it transmits necessarily, what that means.
Yeah. And tyramine can just be found in foods.
Okay, no, I'm asking you.
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So you want me to go on to tyramine, what it does. Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's a neurotransmitter, so like dopamine, it will essentially be responsible for communicating between neurons in your brain. So if you don't have enough of these, your brain like literally can't work. Right? Like you get brain fog. It just doesn't work. So part of this is like your brain might just simply not release enough of these neurotransmitters in the first place. But that, from what I found, is really not what happens. It's much more likely that the amount of these chemicals in your brain is affected by the amount of things that take them up. So like the release is kind of consistent, and the release is mostly based on environment. Like there's not as much genetic variation there. Does that make sense? What I just said.
When you say environment, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, you see someone throwing a punch at you, right? And then you're like if someone were to do this, like you flinch, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I would have just got punched in the face.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, that was like a pretty like low flinch.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if it's good or bad.
Well, I guess I'm...
Don't say you said.
Yeah, sorry, this guy beats me all the time. You come arrest him. Just kidding, don't, I'm lying. I get beat up at my job though by dogs usually.
Oh, true. They might see your arm.
Oh yeah. I wonder if it will even.
I did not do this. A dog did that.
Yeah, that was like what, 4 months ago or something.
Yeah, a dog bit and would not let go.
Yeah, and he started shaking me. He was crazy. He had neurological issues. He was a pit bull. Not to like make their reputation even worse than it already is.
Not to be racist or anything.
Yeah,
it was a pit bull.
It was a pit bull.
Just saying, but.
And I didn't even touch him. He just lunged at me. But you know, it is what it is.
You cannot trust those pit bulls.
I do have a high risk job, or high.
That was also the second time that pit bull bit you.
Yeah, only dog that's ever bit me. He came in once right after he was adopted, and he bit me. But it was, like, not a bad bite. And it was, like, at the very end of his appointment. Whenever I was trying to show the owner how to...
This is definitely a tangent.
Okay.
I was gonna say, like, you got bit twice by this pit bull. Because the whole point of that, just go back, remember I do this and then you flinch. And then, the flinch response is like, dopamine gets really high. Dopamine is responsible for smooth muscle movements. So when you have like way too much of that, you freeze up or you start shaking, right? That's what happens when you have too much dopamine. But if you have really low dopamine, you're like sluggish. You're like, oh God, I cannot get out of bed. I have no energy, blah, blah. That's obviously more my experience.
Yeah.
And really, again, because things are supposed to, the environment is supposed to control your behavior. You're supposed to flinch. You're supposed to get upset at certain things. You're supposed to does that make sense? I feel like what I'm saying is so obvious that it's like, why would nobody disagree? But then I'm like, people are trying not to ever flinch. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Who's trying to not flinch?
Oh, they want to be tough. It's like tough guy kind of people.
Do you actually see this happening?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I'm not in these circles.
I'm not either. You're just young. It's okay. You'll see it. Yeah, all this kind of stuff. And, it's just like the neurotransmitters and your body's like kind of way of dealing with them is how you're genetically programmed to respond to the environment, like stress.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a lot, like literally, like, it's not really intended to be a racial thing, but like a lot of white people have the gene for cold resistance, and a lot of black people do not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, black people just are more sensitive to the cold on average. That's just true. Which it makes sense from like geography.
Yeah.
Africa's a generally
warmer.
Really, hot continent.
Generally, yeah.
Whereas like Northern Europe, I mean, that's freezing.
Yeah.
And you need to be cold resistant. Otherwise, you're going to just stay in your cave all day and starve.
Yeah. That's what I would do. It's too cold up there.
Well, yeah, I guess that's an extreme example. But but your behavior again is supposed to be, we're not really supposed to just willpower our way to doing whatever we want. That's not like, I don't really understand where this has come from. Or we can just willpower our way into like getting past any possible challenge our biology presents us. And then like, we just get to pick and choose everything we do.
It's toxic positivity.
It really is.
Because you're trying to you're just pretending like biological differences don't exist at all and like anybody can do anything, but that's actually just not true. Some people are always going to flinch if you go to punch them, and that's actually a good thing, because if you go to punch them,
Well, I think
And
a better example is some people will freeze up. So, like, I'm a tough guy. I'm mentally tough and everything. I ain't fighting a black bear. Okay, black bear's gonna win that fight. So if I didn't have the same, if one of my ancestors didn't have the same kind of intelligence, they're just dead. Okay.
If they try to fight a bear.
Yeah, because I'm just smart. I'm not.
Well, especially if you try to fight like a grizzly bear or something. But a black bear.
Well, yeah, least aggressive bear is gonna body me.
True.
Let's just be real. It's gonna body Mike Tyson. It's gonna body any man. Okay. Like,
yeah.
You ain't gonna fight a bear, right? Like with your bare hands. It's just not. Just don't do that.
With your bare hands.
Yeah, no pun intended. But the freezer survives because they play dead. They just stay still, and then the bear doesn't care and he moves on, right?
Yeah.
Because they're like, well, that guy's not right. He's a wimp. Okay, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
So I mean, evolutionarily, it makes sense, and also not just that, but I just noticed like people who do that have poor dopamine clearance in their brains. They're better at doing jobs for longer periods of time that are kind of boring.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, I'm going insane.
You should connect this back to the tyramine. Because we never finished explaining that.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a little too detailed. I was already getting maybe a little too detailed, but why not? Tyramine is a neurotransmitter, and it's very similar to the other four. And I'm not really so concerned about like distinguishing between the four neurotransmitters because I think from my experience and from just watching people, it's pretty clear that they tend to go up and down mostly together. I mean, I think there are situations where one is going up faster than the others, and that's probably what kind of leads you to have different emotions and all, right? But generally speaking, they rise and fall together. So I don't want to be too, don't worry too much about which each individual one does. But like tyramine is like a mood specific one. It's really mood, focus, mood, and also like for monoamine oxidase A and B, both of them can take up tyramine in the brain and kind of like get rid of it. And they can also do that for the other three. But monoamine oxidase B has a specific preference for tyramine. And I forget what the other one is. It's either, and maybe I don't know which of the other three I was talking about it even has a preference for. But I remember tyramine has a preference for. And yeah, and then I see this is how my mind works. Is then I remember about the Boondocks first episode where Granddad's giving a piece of cheese to like Mr. Onceler. Yeah, giving a piece of cheese, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you give the meanest white guy some cheese, and he turns into Mr. Rogers." And I'm like, that is so interesting. I look at the list of tyramine high foods. There's cheese. I'm like, yeah, that is actually kind of weird. And then I'm like, wait, maybe they were onto something. And I think they were. Another one is like miso and soy. And because MAOB, we study it, and we study in rats, and they take the MAOB out of the rats. So they don't have any. And they're fine. They don't need it. You actually don't need it necessarily. But the rats that don't have it, they are much more sensitive to stress. So the ones that have it are more stress resistant. It's like, okay, so what would be the thing about white people that would make them stress resistant? Oh, well, that's obvious. There's 100 years war in England and France. Napoleon, 7 coalitions against him. White people are crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the history of like Europe versus Africa, white people are crazier. What are you doing?
That slime made a crazy noise.
That did.
It wasn't
now you have to show the slime.
It was
the
squishy. But yeah, so we got basically tyramine supplements.
Only on this channel can you have like this very intelligent scientific discussion followed by just a complete fart noise out of nowhere from this line.
Yeah. Gotta have some comic relief in there.
You know what? Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something to that. Because, well, anyway, you create the history. So I do think that it is more likely for white people to just have more active MAOB enzymes. Like, that's just like have more of that in their brain.
Yeah.
Which eat up all the tyramine, and then you're like,
and then you're so low
grumpy.
Energy. Yeah.
Well,
you're grumpy.
Yeah, and then
very grumpy.
And then Blackbird offers you cheese, and you're like, that's racist. And you're like, do you want it though? And they're like, yeah, I do. And they eat it, right? So, and then they're not grumpy anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like also
acting normal again.
Also, like if you look at the comments, it's like, well, it seems like it works.
Yeah.
I'm like a big if it works kind of guy. So I'm like, well, why would it work? So maybe we can kind of replicate that success elsewhere. And that's when I found PEA. It turns out that tyramine is a type of phenethylamine. And you can just buy phenethylamine, not in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Not in the state of Florida, because Ron DeSantis actually hates white people. And apparently.
Because Florida is the trash can of the United States.
It is now.
I thought it already was, but it definitely is.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, and it's stuff like that where it's like, this is why people on your side think you're a Fed sometimes. It's like you're part of, like, they have crazy conspiracies over a manga, right? That's why people think you're like part of them. And you're like, oh yeah, there's like conspiracy myths about Ron DeSantis and how he's like.
When you say you're talking about that guy.
Yes.
Okay. I just have to make sure.
Yeah, just how to rule that out real quick.
Yeah, it's not me, right?
Yeah. Link that whenever someone says autism isn't real. Please for me. And just roast them. Oh, really? It's not real, huh? How do you explain this?
Yeah, I'm just acting.
You cannot make that up. She genuinely just asked this.
But yeah, so we got the PEA, and he takes it, and then he is so much less grumpy. You're just not grumpy anymore, and you have so much more energy.
Yeah, when we talk about Ron DeSantis, I am still a little bit kind of grumpy, yeah, but that's kind of valid and justified, so.
Yeah, and you're not just, like, grumpy for no reason.
Yeah.
Your baseline is less grumpy.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely personally helpful to me, but it's also linked to restless leg syndrome because high MAOB activity is linked to restless leg syndrome. Wow, this is so interesting.
It is interesting.
And something about it, it's like, it is really interesting.
Yeah.
It's also X-linked, which is why I looked into MAOA and MAOB, because they're both X-linked traits, which means they're a lot easier to track through your family history. If you're a man like myself, you get your X chromosome from your mom. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, my mom has restless legs. And then I'm like,
you have restless legs.
Well, this is weird, right? So, yeah, I did a bunch of research. Yeah, PEA actually does turn off restless legs. Turns off her restless legs. Now, you also have to sleep while being on a stimulant, which is like the part we're figuring out.
You're used to that one.
Actually, yeah, I do it. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. But it stops his restless legs. He doesn't have to take Adderall before bed. Now he can just take some PEA.
Yeah, because that's not ideal.
Yeah, not ideal for restful sleep.
And I will say caffeine is the one of all the stimulants. That's the one that definitely makes me feel awake. Like I'm not sleeping on caffeine if I just take it. Now I can take caffeine pretty late and still sleep, but
like
I'm
if
not,
you
like,
just finished a Monster, like you're not gonna go to bed, right?
And the next hour now. If it was a few hours ago.
Yeah. Well, that's so funny. I fell asleep while I was drinking a Monster. This was like last month or something. I was like, oh yeah, we can stay up. I'm gonna drink this Monster, and then I'm like falling asleep as I'm finishing the Monster.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both of us may have gotten the thing where we got ADHD genes from her dad and her mom.
Yeah.
And then it just got worse.
Yeah, the PEA helps me too. But I don't have like my mood is generally pretty good aside from like I'm normally just like anxious.
Do you feel like it helps your anxiousness then?
I feel like it does.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes me a little bit more aggressive because I'm less anxious.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Because I kind of just say what I'm thinking instead of like having anxiety about it. But it's not like I'm fighting anybody.
Yeah, and also that's another weird thing where it's like, I was like more comfortable like with confrontation at work, but it's like I really did want to say what I said.
Yeah.
So it's like I really like it is putting me more in line with where I want to be.
Yeah.
It's just like instead of being like I don't have the mental energy, it's not worth it because I just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm saying this already.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
because you want to say it.
Yeah, I want to say this. And it's healthy, like, to do that. It's actually not healthy to, like, hold it in all the time.
Yeah, bottle everything up.
And that's, like, a whole lot.
Yeah.
I have, like, infinite content because there's infinite problems with the world because it's so messed up now.
For real.
It's crazy.
And there's infinite amount of weird noises that this squishy that can make.
If anyone else was saying it, I would not believe it. You know, coming from you...
I can make it happen.
I believe, yeah.
Well, we're right at about an hour.
Yeah, we have a few more minutes left.
Yeah.
We need to tie some stuff up together. I feel like that was
a lot of random stuff. But this is normally what our conversations are kind of like. Sometimes we tie it back together.
Well, honestly, it's kind of better. I'm speaking up, so I'm not being too quiet so you can't hear me, and you're not just like running away somewhere without telling me, and I don't really know what's going on or anything like that. So,
oh yeah, because normally if we're not doing this, he talks so quiet that I can't hear him.
Okay, and
isn't that what you were referencing?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes, but also another thing. Did you
that I kind of walk away sometimes?
Yeah, and then I don't know if you're coming back in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10, 30, an hour. Are you just going to sleep?
No.
See what I mean? This is what I'm like. I like dealing with it, though. I do actually like it. Because it's funny, and I can't predict it. So it's just like, I can, because it is so different.
Well, with most people, you can predict them.
Yeah, most people are just so boring because it's like I know exactly how this is gonna go and everything, and then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, I'm just very unpredictable.
Yeah, then slime sound comes out of nowhere, and I'll just run off for no reason. And
yeah,
I'll ask you to toss me my shirt, and then you'll do it, and then you'll say sorry for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why.
You know, I don't know why either. Trust me, I don't.
Yeah.
I would like to know why.
Yeah, I guess not medical advice. I mean, I'm okay with giving someone medical advice. Like, I will look someone in the eye and be like, oh no, this is medical advice, your doctor's a bitch, and you should do this instead because he's an idiot, and I'm not. I will say that. I would rather talk to someone specifically before saying that to them.
Yeah, because if you're somebody that, like, has high blood pressure or doesn't need, like, PEA supplements, then it could actually be bad for you to take them. Like, especially if you already have high blood pressure.
Yes, and the thing is, like, everybody wants to make everything for the normie and for the neurotypical person. So they do. And then, like, it's like we kind of make content that's not good for it. Whereas I feel like we at least have a target audience.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not for everybody, but there are a lot of people who, like, genuinely do have a lack of, like, tyramine that, like, taking PEA supplements could make a huge difference. And
I'm not entirely sure why it would. My guess is that the MAOB is eating up the phenethylamine instead of the tyramine, therefore increasing concentration of tyramine in the brain. It could also be that it's just straight up binding. It's acting as a neurotransmitter itself. I don't think so, because I think it doesn't pass the blood-brain barrier. which is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think you can like really super overdose on it. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not.
Quote me on that.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly. This is just coming from memory.
We are not liable.
Days ago research.
We are not liable for anyone's bad decisions.
True.
Yeah.
Well, that's liability. It's another thing. We have a lot of topics for the next time.
We do. True.
Do you have any things to say for?
Thank you guys for watching. If you did watch this far, and we'll put links to my Etsy shop, which I know everyone wants to go buy 100 things from.
Mm-hmm.
And also we're making an Instagram and TikTok for the JennabeLance channel, so we'll put those in the description too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I like to keep it simple. Have a good one.
Bye bye.